What's up, guys? It's Bumpkins. Today is Wednesday, December 1st. Wednesday means New Comic Book Day. New Comic Book Day means New Comic Book Haul video. As always, I went down to Infinity Flux here in Chattanooga for another big old stack of books and a couple extra goodies as well. And real quick, a big congratulations to Infinity Flux. This weekend on Saturday, they are celebrating their 7-year anniversary, 7 years of being open, which is fantastic, weathering an industry that sometimes has its ups and downs. Getting through a pandemic last year without having to close. They do such an awesome job. I'm so happy to be a part of that community, and here is to many more years of being open. But let's get into these books because there's a bunch of them. Starting with Marvel, we have got Amazing Spider-Man number 80. I think this is a variant. Hold on. Yep, number 80. Again, I haven't caught up on this series yet, and I know I always say that, but I have started. So I've finished the first 3 trade paperbacks to this series, so that means I'm about 15 issues in. So only about 65 more to go, and I'll be able to read this one. But yeah, it's super cool. I'm enjoying it so far. I know that the story from 2 or 3 years ago isn't what we've got now, but I'm excited to finally at least be in that story, and I can't wait to catch up so I can read this. And then speaking of catching up, Daredevil number 36. So I know that for the last probably 3 months or so, every time I've shown a Daredevil comic, I've said, just like I say with a lot of books, I haven't caught up on this series yet, but I can't wait to do that. Well, guess what, kids? I actually do read comic books, and I completely caught up with this series. I got completely consumed with this story. I just tore through the whole thing. I loved every single minute of this run, and I'm fully caught up, so much so that I actually read this issue today. Which is crazy for me to do that, right? So this is the end of this run of Daredevil. So this sort of wraps up this run of Chip Zdarsky's Daredevil, leads us right into Daredevil's Reign, which I'm super excited to be able to read as it comes out now. And then after that, we're going to get a new Daredevil series. But yeah, this one was really good. I can't wait to see what happens next in Daredevil's Reign. So I really like this cover, but I also went with the Stormbreakers cover as well. It's pretty neat because you've got Daredevil and Elektra, but it really could go either way. I mean, I guess technically that's the right way since the barcode, I think, is down here on the back. But yeah, it looks really nice. So I had to get both of those covers. Next, we've got Darkhold Black Bolt number 1. I have fallen behind on this Darkhold stuff. Probably should have just waited for it in trade, which I think is coming out pretty soon. But the first couple issues I really enjoyed. I just haven't picked up all these one-shots or spin-offs yet, so I need to get caught up on that. Another thing I'm behind on, but I really enjoy, the Death of Doctor Strange Spider-Man. So this is the Spider-Man tie-in to the Death of Doctor Strange storyline, which I am very much enjoying. I'm just fell behind a little bit, but I really like where the story's going. I think I've got number 3 and then a couple other tie-ins to catch up on, so can't wait to catch up on that. And then also Death of Doctor Strange White Fox number 1. I don't even know who this character is, and I guess I'm supposed to know, but I don't, so I need to read this and find out. And then last for Marvel, we've got Venom number 2. This is the local comic shop day variant by John Boy Myers. I love John Boy Myers' artwork. I haven't read the first issue of this series yet, but like I said, when that one came out, I'm going to go ahead and just jump headfirst into this, even though I haven't read any of the last Venom run. That's another one I'm going to catch up on, I promise I will. Haven't read any of the King of Black stuff, none of that stuff. So I'm completely blind on what's been going on with Venom over the last couple of years. But I'm going to go ahead and tackle this one and then just catch up on the other stuff later. So it was a pretty big DC day, a lot of annuals, but a lot of good stuff too, including Action Comics number 1037. I read this one last night. Holy cow, this one was so good. Probably my favorite DC book that I read this week. This is, I don't really know if they're doing parts, but like we're getting into the War World storyline now. We've got Superman versus Mongol and the Authority versus Mongol's goons, and every page was just an oh crap moment. And this story is going to be really good. It's definitely not done. I don't know how long it's going to last. This might lead into Future State because it's very reminiscent of what we saw in Future State. So I don't really know, but it's super good. I highly recommend this one if you are craving some good Superman stories. Next up, we've got a Batman 2021 Annual. Yeah, this is going to go in my Tiny era Batman piled on here to get caught up on at some point. Another one I did read, though, is Batman the Detective number 6. This is the last issue of this miniseries, which was really good. Like, I really enjoyed this. I feel like it didn't come out exactly month to month to month. I feel like it's been a while since we've had issue 5. I had forgotten a little bit about what happened, but I really enjoyed this story. I love Andy Kuber's artwork, so I'm actually, and of course, you know, Tom Taylor just kills it on everything. So I think I like this so much, I think I'm going to pick up the trade paperback whenever it comes out as well and just tear through it again, because this was a really good one. Batman Fear State Omega #1. So this is wrapping up Fear State, which again I haven't read any of, but I've got all of them down here waiting. So I've heard some, you know, hot and cold things on Fear State. I know some people are glad that it's over. Some people are looking to kind of excited about just, you know, some new blood coming into all the Batman stuff. So I got to catch up and see what I think. And then along with all this other stuff, Detective Comics 2021 Annual, so that's going to go in the pile as well for me to get caught up on at some point. Next up, we've got the Gotham City Villains Anniversary Giant #1. I got the Dan Mora cover. Even though these aren't like my favorite Batman villains, I love Dan Mora's artwork. Anything that I can get of Dan Mora, I will. So this is his cover. I don't really know what this book is. I don't think it ties into Fear State. I guess it's just a bunch of stories about villains. I'm not really sure. But I just got it anyway, because, I mean, that's a cool cover. Another annual, the Joker 2021 Annual. It's going to go right down here, like I said, with all the other Bat books for me to catch up on at some point. Next up is one I wanted to read before this video. I didn't get a chance to, but it's Justice League Incarnate #1. I really enjoyed the Infinite Frontier miniseries. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I love how DC is just embracing the multiverse. Everybody, civilians, and everybody knows about the multiverse now, and it's a pretty common thing for heroes to jump between universes now. Doesn't have to be a big event anymore. I just think that's cool. I think that's a cool direction that DC hasn't gone in before. So, yeah, again, enjoyed Infinite Frontier. This is just kind of a continuation or just the next part of that, I guess. I guess now they're officially a team. Flashpoint Batman, you've got President Superman, and I forget who else. But I really enjoyed that, so I'm sure I'll enjoy this. Another annual, Nightwing 2021 Annual. Like I said, a lot of annuals this week. And again, this is another one that's going to go in the Bat pile, and I'll catch up at some point. Another annual, but I did read this one, Robin 2021 Annual. You guys know that I love Robin. It's probably my favorite DC book that's out right now. This takes place around Robin #6, so which was 2 or 3 issues ago. I think number 8 was the newest one. I think that's from last week. But this takes place around issue #6. This doesn't do a lot to push the story of Robin forward, but what it does do is it gives us a little bit more background information on a lot of the other fighters that are on the island with him that we haven't really gotten to see much yet. This does give us Flatline's origin, which is pretty interesting. Really cool character. So I like that. I like the more information we get on the other characters, so this was a good one. Teen Titans Academy #8, not an annual, thank goodness. I am going to hop off this book at some point. I want to hang on just for, you know, the whole Red X thing. I'm really interested in that. Afterwards, I think I'm going to hop off. But I enjoy these characters, I enjoy the story. I am a little bit behind, so I need to get caught up. And then another one I'm behind on that I have been enjoying that I might hop off of and just wait for trades is Wonder Girl #5. I love these covers. And I really love the character of Yara Flor. I don't know if this is a book that I need to read as soon as it comes out every month, but I've enjoyed what I've read so far, and I can't wait to catch up. As for Image, we got a few here, including Firepower #18. I still haven't read any Firepower yet. Again, I told you, you saw with Daredevil, I have proven it that I can read and catch up. And I'm going to do this with all of these books at some point. I swear I am. I think Firepower is one that I'm so far behind, I'm going to hop off monthly and then just wait for trades. I think it's probably a really good book to read as trades. So, but I do love the creative team of Robert Kirkman and Chris Samney. So I can't wait to read it. I've just got to get started. One that I read just a little while ago that I did enjoy, but I think is probably going to be better as a trade, so I'm going to wait for that, is King of Spies #1. This is the new one from Mark Miller with art by Matteo Scalera. This story is pretty interesting. This guy, Roland King, he is sort of used to be some kind of like super spy, but I think he said he's 65 now. I love this cover, by the way. I love that character design. That is so cool. He finds out something about himself, and he wants to do some stuff while he has time, and that's a terrible explanation. But the first several pages of this book were really action-packed, almost a little bit over the top, like almost a little bit too silly, but still fun. And then the rest of the book slows down, sets everything up for the story to come, which I think is going to be good, but again, I think it's going to be better in trade, so I very much enjoyed this, but I'm going to read it collected. Oh man, so one of my favorite books coming out right now is The Me You Love in the Dark. This is #5. This is the last issue of this miniseries, and I love it. Now, I will say that this was probably my least favorite of all 5 because the cool thing about this book was the sense of dread that you had reading every issue, just waiting for the other shoe to drop. And it never did, but you didn't know when it was coming. Well, now we're there. So this issue, the shoe has dropped. I'm not going to say anything about it, but now that we're there, and it's a little bit less exciting because now everything is, the characters have to deal with everything that's going on, but like there's no more mystery, right? So it's just, how do you wrap up this story? And the ending was okay. It kind of fizzled out, I think, a little bit. It sort of just ended very quickly, but I did enjoy. I really, really, really like this series. I may pick this one up. I really hope this is one of those $10 image trades that you guys know I like. If it is, I'm definitely getting it. Even if it's one of the $17 trades, I'll probably still get it because this is a fantastic story. If you guys are looking for something a little bit horror, a little bit creepy, with great art, this is the one to get. Spawn number 324. Another one that I've got to get caught up on, but I've proven that I can, and I'm going to do it again with this. As for the other indies, we've got the first issue of the new volume of Maniac of New York. This is Maniac of New York. The Bronx is Burning. I went with sort of the simplistic variant cover here. I really enjoyed the first Maniac of New York series. I think it was 5 issues. The only thing is I wanted a little bit more. Like, I wanted them to really delve into Harry here and give a little bit more backstory. I was really hoping they would make it, they would add a little extra something more than just your typical Jason Voorhees thing. We didn't get that in the first series, but that's okay because we've got another series out, so it's not done. And this is the same killer, same characters, so it's really just the next part. So hopefully this will get fleshed out a little bit more. We had a couple bad idea books this week. Pirate Queen number 3. This is one that I haven't caught up with yet. I haven't started it. Heard a lot of good things about this series though, and I have enjoyed every bad idea book that's come out so far, and I'm sure this will be the same. And then another one that I had no idea was coming because this is part of the final 5, which we had to pay for up front months ago, it seems like, and didn't even know. It was committing to 5 different series or miniseries, just blind, not even knowing what they were, and I still don't know all of them, including this one. So this one is called Refuse and Last Resorts, or maybe it's Refuse and Last Resorts. I'm going to say Refuse and Last Resorts. I have no idea what this is. No clue. I think it's probably 2 different stories that probably don't tie into each other, or it might be like the passive-aggressive thing that they did. That I should have showed it. I got my second one of those, so I've got both of them now. But no clue what this is. Like I said, we had to commit blind, so we'll have to wait and see. And then one that I think came out last week, but I just got my hands on it today. The Last Book You'll Ever Read, number 4. So it feels like it's been a while since we've had number 3, but she definitely knows more than she's letting on at this point. She's supposedly the prophet, and this book that she wrote is making people not necessarily go crazy, but their innermost urges come out to an extreme. She knows more than she's letting on, and hopefully we'll find out more about her in this issue. In addition to all that, I picked up a few dollar issues as well. Daredevil number 212, just filling in some holes in my Daredevil run there. And then Daredevil the Man Without Fear. So this is the Frank Miller, John Romita Jr. miniseries from the 90s. So I got number 4 and number 5 because I have number 1 actually signed by John Romita Jr., which is pretty cool. And I think I have read this miniseries, but I only ever had number 1. So I got number 4 and number 5. Hopefully I'll find the other 2 someday. I don't know what this is, and it's not old. It's a newer book, Gwen Stacy, number 1, but I'm not sure what it is. It's drawn by Todd Knock, which I really love his artwork. This is the second printing, I guess, with a cool Green Goblin cover. I don't know what this story is though. It looks like, flipping through it, that it might deal with it looks like it takes place, back before Gwen Stacy died. Spoiler alert. Her father is in this as well. I don't know what this is, but it was $1, and I love Todd Knock, I love Gwen Stacy, I love Green Goblin, so it was a no-brainer. Micronauts number 2, so you guys know that I've been buying Micronauts because it's one of those books that I like collecting, where it's not, you can't get them in a collected edition, and you can't get them digitally. If you want to read these books, this is the only way to do it. So again, I know nothing about Micronauts, but I have a bunch of them now, and number 2 is the earliest one, so that was pretty cool. So one that I can't wait to read is Sleepwalker Holiday Special. So you guys know I'm a 90s guy. Sleepwalker was a big thing, at least in the early 90s. If I think early 90s Marvel, Sleepwalker almost always comes to mind. And Holiday Special. I love the holiday specials. I actually keep a couple different winter holiday specials from back then in my box where I keep my Christmas ornaments. So I don't even keep them with my other comics. I just keep them with my Christmas ornaments because I love reading them at Christmas time. I'm not 100% sure that this is Christmas. It just says Holiday Special, but hopefully it is. Hopefully I can add this to my ornament box. Action Comics number 594. I only got this. I don't think I need this because I have the John Byrne, the first 3 volumes of the John Byrne Superman run, which collects Action Comics and Superman and all that's the Man of Steel and all that stuff. But something about this cover, I remember it from my childhood, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if I used to have it. I don't know what, but this John Byrne Superman is probably my favorite Superman of all time. And yeah, something about that cover set off some kind of memory, so I had to get it. And then Action Comics number 602. So this is another one of those Action Comics. I think this was coming out weekly back then, and this is one that another one that features Green Lantern, not Superman, and I have a few other of those as well. So I just wanted to add that to that collection. And then one that's pretty cool that I got just because I thought it was cool, and it turns out it's even cooler than I thought, is the Untold Legend of the Batman number 1. So I didn't know this, and this tag isn't right. This was just $1. I only bought this, like I said, because I just thought, hey, that's a neat-looking, fun-looking book. Apparently, according to my CLZ collector app, this is the first book. This is John Byrne's first work for DC, which I had no idea. John Byrne is one of my favorite artists of all time. I guess I don't know if he wrote or drew this or both, or I don't know. But I didn't know anything about it until I scanned it in, and there was a little key next to it, and it said John Byrne's first work with DC, and I was like, that's pretty cool. It's not like a big key that's highly sought after, but it's just cool to have John Byrne's first, because John Byrne, I think when I think John Byrne, I think X-Men, and I think Superman from 1986 revamping all that stuff. So to have that guy's first DC book, and again, I'm just going off what the app says, that is pretty darn cool. But the fun doesn't stop there. I got a couple of extra goodies as well. The first one being the Batman Scooby-Doo Mysteries. This is the trade paperback that collects, I thought it was more, well, collects all 6 issues. I think it was just 6 issues. I just think this is fun. I like Scooby-Doo. I like Scooby-Doo as a kid. I always thought it was cool when Scooby-Doo and Batman and Robin and those guys would team up. The art is just really fun. I just sort of love the sort of cartoony, more stylized art for some books, not all books. This is going to be one that's a little bit more lighthearted. You don't have to be depressed when you read it. It's just fun. It's just pure fun. I do wish I'd gotten this around Halloween, but the series wasn't done yet. So I just thought this would be super fun to have, and I can't wait to dive into that. And then the last one is not even a comic, but I just had to get this. So you guys know, I think in my last video, I talked about Infinity Flux and how they have this whole new toy wall. Well, when I was in there yesterday on Tuesday, they had just set out 2 big tubs full of HeroClix. Now I used to love playing HeroClix 15, closer to 20 years ago. Whenever they first came out, I was big into them. Me and my friends would play, and they were really fun. I don't really have anybody to play with anymore, so I haven't bought any in a long time. But they had 2 big tubs full of just individual HeroClix figures, all for $1 each. And here, the newer HeroClix are way better than the ones that I had when it first came out. The paint job is way better, all that kind of stuff. So I found this really cool Spider-Man, and I should have taken him out of the package, but you can see he's just cool. He's standing in a cool pose, and he's got the card and everything with him. Like I said, I don't have anybody to play with, so I doubt I'll ever get to play with this guy. But I just thought it was a cool figure, a cool HeroClix figure. So for $1, yeah, nice little HeroClix that I'm gonna, sit out somewhere, I guess. That's it, guys. That is another awesome comic book haul, another nice stack of books. I appreciate you guys watching. If you like this video or any of the other videos on my channel, maybe consider hitting the subscribe button. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like this video, give it a sarcastic thumbs up. If nothing else, leave me a comment below. Let me know what you picked up this week. If you got some trades, or did you get any HeroClix, dollar issues, did you get all the DC annuals like apparently I did? Just let me know. I love comic books. I could talk about them with a room full of people or just to a camera. Guys, don't forget, comic books are supposed to be fun. They are just another fun form of storytelling. There is plenty. You've seen it here. There's plenty of stuff that everybody can look through and find something that they like. And it's super easy to just simply ignore the things that you don't like. You don't have to get all bent out of shape if there's a book over there that you don't like, and if somebody over there is looking at that book that you don't like, guess what, folks? It's not going to hurt you. Just stay away from the things you don't like and just do nothing but enjoy the things that you do like. Also, don't forget, it doesn't matter how many comics you buy every week or every month. That's not what makes a great comic haul. A great comic book haul is just enjoying whatever it is that you do buy. Whether it's 1 book, 10 books, 100 books, it doesn't matter. As long as the things that you get are special to you, that's what makes a great comic book haul. So guys, I appreciate you watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.